Hi all, welcome to BIS Academy, Science and Technology audio notes for prelims and mains, Unit 3, Part 1. We'll start with Chapter 2. The unit covers Indian Space Program, past, present and future, ISRO satellites, use of satellites in health, education, communication and weather forecasting. The topics which we are going to cover are geostationary and geosynchronous orbits, what are it and what are the differences between them, and then launch of EduSat and the significance of educational satellite. And the next topic is broadband digital communication services and the types of broadband digital communication services as well. Next we are going to talk about INSAT 3D satellite launch and its applications. After that we'll talk about INSAT 3D-R satellite and its applications. Okay, let's start with what are the differences between geostationary orbit and a geosynchronous orbit. There are two popular orbits into which many satellites are launched. These are geostationary and geosynchronous orbits. The orbit in which the satellite moves at the same speed as the rotation of Earth is called geostationary. A geostationary orbit requires that the satellite be in an orbit directly above the equator and approximately 36,000 kilometers above the sea level. This orbit puts the satellite in a position where it is always directly above the same spot on the planet at all the times. As I said in the last class, like if you're standing on an equator and if you see in the sky, if you see the satellite geo, it is visible throughout the day at the same spot, then it is a geostationary satellite. Okay. The orbit in which the satellite moves at the same time period of the sidereal rotation period of the Earth. The satellite will be at the same location over the Earth at the same time every day. Okay. With the geostationary orbit, the satellite will appear from the Earth to be fixed in the same location in the sky all the time. Okay, then what is geosynchronous orbit? In contrast, the satellite will appear to move in the sky in a figure of 8 pattern, and that is in the shape of an 8 in the sky, but it would appear in the same spot every day at a certain time. So the only difference is geostationary orbit is it rotates around the equator, whereas geosynchronous will move in an 8 shape around the globe. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Launch of EduSat of ISRO, and we will discuss the significance of EduSat in Indian Space Program. EduSat is the first thematic satellite launched by ISRO, exclusively dedicated to providing the educational services throughout the country. What is the first theme of this? To provide educational services throughout the country. Launched by ISRO. It was launched on September 20, 2004, onboarding GSLV F01 from Satish Dhawan Space Center. The GSLV F1 launch was GSLV's first operational launch conducted by ISRO. EduSat is also known as GSAT-3. It has two names, one is EduSat or GSAT-3. It is meant for a distance classroom education from school level to higher education. This was first dedicated educational satellite that provided the country with a satellite-based two-way communication to classroom for delivering educational materials. So it provided two-way communication. So it provided also a distance classroom from school level to higher education as well. It is also called as GSAT-3. It weighed around nearly 2000 kilos, that is 1950 kilos. The weight of GSAT-3 is 1950 kilos. The original lifespan of EduSat was 7 years, but was deactivated on September 2010 due to a technical problem in the satellite. EduSat carried a total of 24 transponders, of which 6 were Ku-band, 6 were Ku-band transponders and 6 were C-band transponders and 12 are high-power C-band transponders. The launch of EduSat was highly significant for India as it helped ISRO to extend satellite-based distance education throughout the country. The beginning of EduSat provided educational services in 4 states. So initially it provided education in 4 states. And also it provided education for 850 primary schools in Karnataka state alone. EduSat was launched and also used to provide training to teachers on various methods of teaching that can benefit rural school children. So teachers are also given training through EduSat services which can benefit rural children, rural school children especially. University Grants Commission, IGNOU, All India Council for Technical Education and National Council of Educational Research and Training, in short that is NCRT. Let's recap. UGC, Indira Gandhi National Open University, that is IGNOU, IGNOU, and NCRT participated in tele-education programs carried out by ISRO using EduSat. The Educational Media Research Center in Ahmedabad played a vital role expanding the applications of EduSat throughout the country. Okay. So now let's discuss what are broadband digital communication services and what are the types of broadband digital communication services. Any technology with transmission rates above the fastest speed available over telephone line is usually considered a broadband communication. Broadband transmission system typically provides channels for data transmissions in different directions and by many different users. What is broadband communication? It is the fastest speed available more than a telephone line is called broadband communication. Okay. Look at what is digital communication. Electronic transmission of information that has been encoded digitally is called digital communication. Electronic transformation or transmission of information that has been encoded digitally. It means that transferring data from one place to another by physical path or physical connection. In digital communication, digital values are taken as discrete set compared to analog communication. Digital communication is very fast and can send information in multiple modes. In modern times, the broadband digital communications are playing a vital role in faster and efficient transmission of data in various forms. Data is sent in text, audio, video. This type of communications can help in coordinating various devices in a network. For example, the program of various television channels can be broadcasted by a single cable using broadband digital communication. Okay, now let's look at the different types of broadband digital communications. One is ISDN, that is Integrated Services Digital Network. There is ATM, not the bank machine. It is asynchronous transfer mode. And then we have frame relay, and then we have DSL, that is digital subscriber line, and then we have wireless communications. So how many types we have in total? 5. That is one is ISDN, ATM, frame relay, DSL, wireless communications. So let's discuss what is ISDN. The abbreviation of ISDN is Integrated Services Digital Network. So this Integrated Services Digital Network is implemented over existing copper telephone line cables. The basic rate variety provided 2 channels of 64 kbit per second throughout and 128 kbit data channels. Primary rate ISDN provides additional bandwidth in increments of 64 bits. Okay, ISDN is implemented over a copper telephone cable. Okay, the basic variety, there are 2 channels in it in the ISDN. First one is 64 kbit per second and the next one is 128 kbit per second data channel. So if you want to increment it, it increments in 64 kbits per second. Okay, now let's look at ATM, that is asynchronous transfer mode. It is also a high bandwidth service available for the carriers. The carriers use ATM benefits everyone, but medium to large companies can install ATM equipment on site to connect directly to the asynchronous transfer mode networks and gain all the benefits of these systems. So to use this services, you have to install a equipment, on-site equipment to connect with the carrier. Next is frame relay, a data networking and a voice service offered by the carriers that is widely available. Like ATM, frame relay is primarily used for corporates rather than home connections. Next is DSL, that is digital subscriber line. DSL is a whole family of high bandwidth digital services that the telephone line companies offer over copper telephone cable. Depending on the service, rates can reach into multi megabit seconds per rate. So what is DSL? It's a whole family of high bandwidth digital services that are provided over copper telephone cables. Next is wireless communications. These are a variety of wireless broadband services which are now available, or some are under development, including satellite based systems and terrestrial based systems that are essentially fixed for cellular systems. So basically your mobile data or a Wi-Fi, these are all wireless communications. We have discussed what is broadband communication, digital communication, and the 5 types of broadband digital communications. What is broadband communication? Any technology which transmission rates are above telephone line. What is digital communication? Electronic transmission of information that has been encoded digitally is called digital communication. And what are the types of this broadband digital communications? One is ISDN, next is ATM, that is asynchronous transfer mode, and then we have frame relay, and then we have DSL, that is digital subscriber line, and then finally the 5th type is wireless communications. Okay, let's look at the launch of INSAT 3D satellite and its applications. INSAT 3D is an advanced weather satellite. It is configured with improved imaging system and atmospheric sounder. INSAT 3D is designed for enhanced meteorological observations, monitoring of land, monitoring of ocean surfaces, generating vertical profile of atmosphere in terms of temperature and humidity for weather forecasting and disaster warning. So INSAT 3D is an advanced weather satellite, right? Okay, the satellite was launched by Ariane rocket from French Guiana. The weight of the INSAT 3D liftoff was 2016 kilos. It carried 4 payloads. One is 6-channel multispectral imager, second is 19-channel sounder, third is data relay transponder, fourth is search and rescue transponder. Okay, how many payloads it carried? It carried 4 payloads to remember. One is imager, multispectral imager, next is sounder, the next is data relay transponder, and the fourth one is search and rescue transponder. Okay, what are the applications? INSAT 3D, which is a weather satellite, provides information on various parameters of meteorology with more efficiency. It helps in continuous monitoring, observing of land and ocean surfaces. This also provides us information on the changes that occur from time to time in surface temperature, relative humidity of the atmosphere. The satellite also plays a vital role in disaster management, especially the disasters like floods, cyclones, drought, earthquake, landslides, etc. The payloads of INSAT 3D provide continuity and further augment the capability to provide various meteorological as well as search and rescue services. Okay. Now let's look at the launch and applications of INSAT 3D-R satellite. 3D-R is an advanced meteorological satellite of India, launched in 2016 by ISRO from Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satellite was launched on board GSLV F5, which carried an indigenous cryogenic engine in its 3rd stage. With this launch, ISRO could be successfully test the indigenous cryogenic engine for the 4th time. GSLV F5 that carried INSAT 3D-R was GSLV Mark II. That is the second generation GSLV that carries indigenous cryogenic engines. The INSAT 3D weighed around 2211, that is, you can remember as 2200 kilos during the liftoff. The significant improvements incorporated in INSAT 3D are imaging in the middle infrared band to provide nighttime pictures of low clouds and fogs. Imaging two thermal infra bands for estimation of sea surface temperatures with better accuracy and a higher spatial resolution in the visible and thermal infrared bands. Payloads of INSAT 3D: imager, sounder, data relay transponder, search and rescue transponder. Okay, what is this multispectral imager? This payload sends vital images for every 26 minutes from the geostationary orbit. Okay, next we have sounder payload. This is a 19 channel sounder. And third is data relay transponder. This is meant for collecting information from unmanned automatic weather stations. Fourth is search and rescue transponder. This payload helps in providing immediate search and rescue operations as soon as it receives the emergency beacon from the ships and airplanes in distress. So let's look at the applications of INSAT 3D. This provides vital information on the sea surface temperatures, the movement of clouds, wind speed, ice formation over the mountains. Also collects information continuously on the degradation of ozone layer in the stratosphere. Okay, the third one is it provides support to Indian Coast Guard, Airport Authority of India, Defence Forces as well as fishermen. This satellite provides search and rescue operations not only to India but also to other countries like Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Seychelles, Tanzania. The meteorological information collected from INSAT 3D is regularly processed by the INSAT Meteorological Data Processing System, which is established by Indian Meteorological Department. The INSAT 3D will provide service continuity to earlier meteorological missions of ISRO and further augment the capability to provide various meteorological as well as search and rescue services. Okay, let's recap the entire lecture today. We have started with geostationary and geosynchronous orbit. What is geostationary orbit? The orbit in which the satellite moves at the same speed as the rotation of the Earth is called geostationary. Okay, this orbit puts the satellite in a position where it is always directly above the same spot on the planet all the times. Okay, it is approximately put at a 36,000 kilometer distance, right? What is geosynchronous? It is exactly similar to geostationary, but its pathway is different. It rotates obliquely or in a number 8 pattern. And then we have seen EduSat, that is educational satellite launched by ISRO in 2004 by GSLV F1. What it is meant for? It is meant for distance classroom education from school level to higher education. It is the first dedicated educational satellite that provided the country with satellite based two-way communications to classrooms for delivering educational materials. What is the weight of it? 1950 kilos. Okay, it was disbanded or deactivated in 2010 due to technical problems. So it has Ku band transponders, 6 Ku band transponders, 6 C-band transponders and 12 C-band high power C-band transponders. These services are used initially by 4 states. In Karnataka alone, services were provided to 850 primary schools in Karnataka, and also it is used to provide training to teachers on various methods of teaching that can benefit rural school children. IGNOU, UGC and NCERT have participated in tele-education programs carried out by ISRO using EduSat. Okay, next we have seen broadband communication and digital communications. So what is a broadband communication? Any technology with transmission rates above the speed or faster than the telephone lines is called broadband communication. Next we have some digital communication. The electronic transmission of information that has been encoded digitally is called digital communication. And then we have seen the types. Number one is integrated services digital network. Second is asynchronous transfer mode. Third is frame relay. Fourth is digital subscriber line. Fifth is wireless communications. Do you want me to explain them again? Okay. ISDN, what is it? It is implemented over a copper telephone cable. It has two channels, the speed of which is 64 kbit per second. The second channel speed is 128 kbit per second. The next type is ATM, that is asynchronous transfer mode. This is a high bandwidth service available for carriers. To use these services, on-site equipment has to be installed. These services are used by medium to large companies. So once this equipment is installed on site, it connects directly into the ATM networks and they gain all the benefits of those systems. The next type is frame relay. It is a data networking and a voice service offered by different companies or carriers. Okay. It is also primarily used by most of the corporates. Next is digital service or digital subscriber line, that is DSL. Is a whole family of high bandwidth digital services that the telephone companies offer via copper telephone cable. Okay. Services and rates can be dependent on the megabit per second rate. Okay. Next is wireless communications. It is a variety of wireless broadband services, include satellite based systems and terrestrial based systems, and mostly your Wi-Fi and all these things come under wireless communications. Next is we have seen INSAT 3D satellite launch and application. It was an advanced weather satellite designed for enhanced meteorological observations, monitoring land, ocean surfaces, generating vertical profile of the atmosphere in terms of temperature and humidity for weather forecasting and disaster warning. It was launched in French Guiana using Ariane rocket in 2013. The weight of it is 2016 kilos, that is approximately 2000 kilos. It has 4 transponders. One is multi-spectral imager, channel sounder. Third is data relay transponder. Fourth is search and rescue transponder. It provides information. What are the applications of this? Provides information on various parameters of meteorology with efficiency. It also continuously monitors and observes the land and ocean surfaces. Second, it provides information that on the changes that occur from time to time in surface temperature and relative humidity of the atmosphere. Third, it provides information on the vital information in disaster management, especially information on floods, cyclones, drought, earthquake, landslides. The payloads on INSAT 3D provide continuity and further augment the capability to provide various meteorological as well as search and rescue operations or search and rescue services. Finally, we have seen INSAT 3DR. It is an advanced meteorological satellite of India launched in 2016. When was the INSAT 3D launched? 2013. Right. This is launched in INSAT 3DR is launched in 2016. It was launched by Satish Dhawan Space Center using GSLV F5 rocket. It is an indigenous cryogenic engine in its third stage, also called GSLV Mark II. Yes, the weight of the INSAT 3DR is 2200 kilos, whereas the weight of INSAT 3D is 2016 kilos. So difference of 200 kilos. Okay. Significant improvements. What are the difference between or the improvements in INSAT 3D compared to INSAT 3DR compared to INSAT 3D? INSAT 3DR has better imaging in middle infrared band to provide nighttime pictures of low clouds and fog. So it provides nighttime pictures of low clouds and fog. Second, it imaging in 2 thermal infrared bands for estimating sea surface temperatures with better accuracy and higher spatial resolution in visible and thermal infrared bands. Okay. What are the payloads? It is almost similar to the INSAT 3D. The payloads on INSAT 3D are: 1. Multispectral imager, which sends images for every 26 minutes. Second, we have seen sounder. Third is data relay transponder. This is meant for collecting information from unmanned automatic weather stations. 4 is search and rescue transponders. This payload helps in providing immediate search and rescue operations as soon as it receives the emergency beacon from ships and airplanes which are in distress. So, what are the applications of INSAT 3D? A satellite provides vital information on the sea surface temperatures, the movement of clouds, wind speed, ice formation, etc. Apart from this, second application is it continuously collects information on the degradation of ozone layer in the stratosphere. Third point is, or the third application is, it provides support to Indian Coast Guard, Airport Authority of India, Defence Forces as well as fishermen. It provides search and rescue operations not only in India, for our neighboring countries like Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Seychelles, Tanzania. The meteorological information collected from INSAT 3D is regularly processed by INSAT Meteorological Data Processing System, established by Indian Meteorological Department. Okay, so with this we'll conclude our class today. If you have any queries or any doubts, or if you need further information, you can mail us to biasacademy@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.